I ain't think too much of the smiling because I'm like, yo, that was a moment because she was crying and we were praying together. So I'm just like, maybe that he was just smiling the fact that we was praising God in that situation. So a couple of days go by. I'm moving things into my apartment, like getting things straight. I call up my mom, letting her know how everything was going. We getting the stuff in and everything that I need. And then she let me know that my auntie Spank was selling her home and she needed to get rid of all her old furniture. Not only did she have beds, she had dressers, she had like everything that I needed to complete my apartment. My auntie had. So I'm just like, yes, I like. She was like, you just got to figure out a way to get to Atlanta to pick it up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna figure it out. Do not worry. Like I got it. I got it. I'm figuring it out. So after that, I ended up so after that, like everything was going like smooth. Transitioning over to getting my apartment situated. Like Marlon's doing his thing. He's like showing me like all the patience in the world, especially when it came to Jackson. He's just being completely, patient with Jackson and Kion as well. So coming up on a Carter weekend, he wanted to take the kids to Comic Con. He was just like, "Oh, I'm excited about Comic Con. Let's take the kids to, to Comic Con." But when we took the kids to Comic Con, they weren't as excited as Marlon and I was. And that's understandable because, they're kids. Carter didn't watch anime at all. Kion was 3. Jackson watched anime, so he knew, a little bit. So it's like they weren't gonna enjoy it like we would have. We enjoyed it, and Marlon didn't like that. He did not like the fact that the kid, like he went all out to make this a moment that the kids will enjoy and they weren't enjoying it. He didn't like it to the fact that like he cut the whole Comic Con trip short. Like the Comic Con was at the Savannah Civic Center, so we had been talking about it all week, taking the kids there all week, and then we finally got the kids there. They didn't seem as excited and as interested as me and Marlon. And Marlon did not like that they weren't as excited. So I had to like let him know because he was just like, no, we about to go home. We was there for like a good 45 minutes. So he's like, nah, we going home because they not enjoying it. Like, how the fuck we take them to Comic Con and they ain't enjoy it. So I had to sit Marlon down and be like, look, just because we like something does not necessarily mean the kids are going to automatically like it. He's like, well, when I took them to the zoo, they didn't seem excited about the zoo either. Like, yo, if I was a kid and I went to the zoo, I'll be excited. I'm like, but see, you're basing their activities, their reaction to the activities that you would have wanted to do as a kid, and not even looking at like it's these are things that they like. So I need you to stop trying to like be their friends and try to keep them entertained. It's like, yo, we can take them to the park, we can take them to the beach, and they'll be entertained. You don't have to spend money on kids to entertain them. Like, so I don't want you to get upset because you feel like the kids aren't, enjoying these activities when it's just like they're activities that you would have enjoyed. So I'm trying to have that conversation with him. And he was just like, all right. So tonight I got invited to a friend's house. He's doing like a little kickback at his house, just him and a couple of other friends. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure, we can go. We can go. All right, we'll go. And he was just like, so I was like, have I met these friends before? He's like, no, you haven't met these friends. These are new friends, but you are going to love them and they are going to love you. I know they're going to love you. I was like, all right. So that night, we ended up driving to his friend's house. But as we were driving to his friend's house, I don't remember how the conversation started, but we started talking about the things that happened when he went back to Louisiana for his papa's funeral. So I'm asking him questions, and I'm just like, I remember you called me, after that whole incident happened, and you said that you was in a hotel with your tier 1 friend, Hazel. Like you was in the hotel with her. I'm like, how did that come about? He was like, oh, well, she be having, every time that I come down, she always wants to be with me, so I always get a hotel for me and her. I was like, you always get a hotel for you and her? He was like, yeah, I always get a hotel for me and her. And, you know, we spend our time together at the hotel because I don't really like spending time with her family because her family, they have their own issues. So I pick her up and we go to the hotel and just chill. And I'm just like, okay, so when y'all was in the hotel, did y'all share the same bed? Did y'all have two separate beds or it's the same bed? He was like, no, we only had one bed. I was like, huh, okay. Y'all had one bed. So you and her slept in the same bed in this hotel while you was grieving your papa. This your best friend and she was there? He was like, yeah. I was like, so what happened? He was like, nothing happened. I was like, so you didn't kiss her? He was like, man. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. So y'all kissed? He was like, yeah, we did, but it wasn't nothing like that. I'm like, but you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me. So when Carter's dad kissed me, I instantly told you, but you was in Louisiana kissing your tier 1 friend in a hotel room as you was grieving your papa? Like, and you didn't tell me? He was just like, well, it wasn't nothing like that because I told you, like, yo, that's my tier 1 friend. It's so hard to explain our relationship. I'm like, I'm listening. Explain our relationship because I'm not getting it. He's like, it was just a kiss and it didn't mean nothing. It was a kiss as friends. I'm like, that don't make sense to me. I need you to make that make sense to me. Because it was a kiss as friends, but you didn't tell me about it. Like, why didn't you tell me about it? Why I gotta ask you questions to get to that? I don't like that. I need you to tell me these things. And he was just like, oh well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it. I'm just like, but that don't sit well with me. So as we're having this conversation, we're still on the way to his friend's house. Okay. So we ended up getting to his friend's house. And when we got there, I'm heated. Cause I'm just like, yo, you are grieving your papa, your grandfather, you know, that you didn't make it in time to say goodbye to. You was grieving him with your best friend in a hotel room and y'all kissed and you trying to downplay it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So when we parked the car, he was like, look, do you really want to go in here? I'm like, look, we already here. We can go in here. We're going to table this conversation and we're going to talk about it later. He's like, are we really going to table it? I'm like, we're going to table this conversation and we're going to talk about this later. So we end up getting out the car. He introduced me to his friends. We in the house. We playing beer pong. We playing like, what's the game called where you have a beer can in the center of the table and you have cards. And you have, it's like a king, queen, those suits. But every time you pull a card and you do what the card says, you have to put the card underneath the beer can. And the person who pops the beer can has to chug the beer can. I don't know the name of the game, but that's the game we was playing. So everything was going smooth for me because I am used to faking it for the public. Like when you're in the public eye, you fake it. As soon as we walked through that house, you could not tell that me and Marlon was just arguing 30 minutes prior. You could not tell that literally 5 seconds before we walked through this threshold, he had them pissed me off. Because I'm just like, look, we in front of people. We don't argue in front of people. We argue, you know, when we're away from people so people don't see our arguments. Because we going to come to some sort of understanding after our arguments. If we argue in front of people, people are going to want to know their understanding. We got to give them too much information. So let's just put up a front while we in front of these people. But don't worry. As soon as we get back in that truck, we're going to talk about it again. And that's exactly what we did. Put up a front in front of those people. Yo, we playing all these games. I'm getting to know them. They getting to know me. Loving it. Loving the atmosphere. But when we left and got in that car, I'm like, Marlon, you need to tell me what the fuck happened. Because you telling me that you kissed your damn best friend. I need you to tell me the truth. He was like, all right, so I was going through some things, especially like with my mom and my uncle coming at me. So like she was there for comfort. I'm like, what you mean she was there for comfort? She's like, well, that's her role. She's there for comfort. I'm like, what you mean her fucking role? Like, what you mean her role? He was like, okay, so she gave me a hand job.